change it? Yeah.
It was not in regular Tekken 7, but they released it when they were testing FR around all the different tournaments.
Oh yeah.
So it's been in the game, but the only new stage in this version, I think, is the Mishima, the Mishima building.
Yeah. So what's your opinions on these characters?
They're pretty good. One new feature I like is the rage drive, and that definitely adds a whole new element once you get rage. Not only do you have to worry about getting hit with the big super, but you can also, get put in a really bad situation through the use of a rage drive.
Yeah.
It also changed it so where you're going to be able to have rage earlier. You don't have to be so close to lethal before your rage activates, and that's going to allow you more options once the game gets into the clutch moments.
I think it's really important to note that when you get in rage, you have both of those options available to you. But rage arts specifically, they don't get as much strength at the early activation. It's later on when they start getting a lot stronger.
What makes it all more interesting is that this game is extremely new. That mechanic, that feature is extremely new. And I suspect that a lot of these players are not going to be ready to deal with the rage drive and fully be able to punish a lot of these situations.
And it's also one part of being able to deal with it. It's also part of being able to use it as well, because that's a very important part of this game. Not being able to utilize rage drive or rage art is really holding you back in this game because there's so much utility. So
now that you get rage earlier, there really is no reason for you to not be able to use your rage attacks, whether it be drive or rage art.
And so people are still figuring it out, as you said. We're still trying to, as American players start picking it up, it's really like getting through all the layers of Tekken.
It's really hard to get used to it. Just being able to have that presence of mind once you're in a tough situation to have these new options available. You're so used to playing the old versions of the game. But, as the game gets brought to the States more and more, I think players are starting to get used to it, and we're going to see a lot of players use those new.
Yeah, and I think the best thing about the rage arts and rage drive is that they feel really good when they hit. It's very rewarding. So as a player, when you start playing and you actually hit it, you want to hit it over and over again. And so like getting the rage drives and actually seeing all the different uses and finding out the best ways of getting these to work, they're all multifaceted. It isn't just one use for any rage drive.
Nice punish.
He's going to end with his powerbomb ender, probably take this.
Yeah. It looks like they made that follow-up with King, the running grab, a lot easier to do.
Yeah.
I know it was a little harder in Tekken Tag, Tekken 6, but now a lot of players are just being able to land that more consistently.
So with the corkscrew, it definitely spaces out a lot more. So instead of being able to have, or needing to have to do the instant running, you can go in and you can just get your full run on and just take off as soon as you hit your corkscrew.
Gives you a little bit more distance to get that running start.
And that was always the problem, because when you bound too close,
yeah,
being able to get into 3 forward inputs was always really difficult.
So that's one benefit that King gains from just the new changes.
Yeah, the overall system.
Overbound.
Giving you that space. And then with King also, it helps him get to the wall a lot more. So instead of him needing to bound really early in his combo and then trying to do something to extend and not really having that utility, now he has the corkscrew, which just has a built-in distance. And now he has moves that can push to the wall and then get all of his stuff against the wall as well.
We got the new stage with the sick music. I like the soundtrack on this too.
Yeah, I haven't had a chance to hear it.
Tekken 7 had a really nice soundtrack. Well, another thing that I liked is that when a player is on match point, they changed the music they change it to a different tune actually. So I think for all stages you get a different change.
Yeah. Some have the stage change, some just get the dramatic music, trying to pump you up. So YYD has had this strategy, and I've been calling it out, but he really likes to go low, go big with sweeps, and then do a lot of throws. And it's not a conventional mix-up, but like when you're playing a whole bunch of people that really don't know the game all that well, it might be really useful.
One thing that Hurricane Fury is taking advantage also is YYD's inability to break throws. Even the normal throws that they've made a little easier to break, YYD's having a hard time to break them. So anytime Hurricane gets a little bit close, he's open for that grab. Is that sweep you were talking about? You got a little break. That one was a little bit easier to break, like I mentioned.
Yeah.
With the new changes.
Your basic throws can be broken with both punches. But any of your command throws, they need to still be broken in the old conventional way. So it gives a lot of utility to characters like King, where if
he's got one option for all of his command grabs. So you're honestly forced to break, do a true grab break when you're playing against King.
And you'd be surprised like how much that hurts certain characters in this game.
If it hits, it should be the end of the round.
So the thing that I'm very impressed with YYD is he has become very good at finding out when he can hit his rage arts. He's hit He's hit Devil Jin out of his flying options. He's used it to punish moves. He's hit it in just about any possible situation that you can end it in. And
looks like he's just kind of learning it as he goes.
Yeah.
He recognized last round that it's much easier to just perform that simple function as the Rage Art for the combo.
Irish whip.
Oh, now he's mixing up the throws. And he's got him by the wall. But the Rage Art is available, so is the Rage Drive. Fang's Rage Drive is
go
like
for
a
the four-hit
enhanced version of the shoulder.
Oh, wow. I'm surprised that whiff.
Oh, the ollie kicks. Here comes the cheese.
The wall stun. Head spinner to finish up. Now we're going to get the stage change. Go out and see the nightlife.
Seems like the stage has similar dimensions once it goes to the top floor. Not much, you know, like the volcanic stage when it transitions. It goes to the wall of the stage. Seems like it's pretty much the same.
Yeah, it stays the same. Background changes.
Wall to wall here.
Because it's an elevator, right? So it just keeps the same surroundings. Oh, gets the hand sweep. He's going to finish that one
finishes off with a perfect. Hurricane Fury moves on. Not sure if this is winners or the lower bracket.
We saw YYD lose earlier,
okay,
so I'm assuming this is losers.
It was the elimination match for him. We'll play the YYD. We have so many international players here.
Yeah, man.